looking to find our final semi-finalists. 3 teams waiting in the wings to kick off tomorrow's semi-finals, and we've got a single map separating us from that final name. Virtus.pro versus Astralis. They previously stepped onto the major stage in Starladder Berlin 2019 as a Vanguard. Now donning a new jersey, time has passed, and it's Astralis, the same team, standing between them, and this time a semi-final finish. Sponge and Machine on the mics, VP on the blue side, and Astralis in the brown corner. Kicking things off with an armored Jame, smoke on Buster to defend, and a little bit more in the utility department for Astralis. Going to be interesting to see where 3 smoke grenades and all of those flashes end up.
Bloody treasure trove of utility here. They might use a little bit early just to bait something out, but Yakinda, he's been sharp. One decoy is enough to make him think better at holding that line right there. Used as a bit of a flash maneuver, and well, there he is, Jame. Eyes are going to be on him. Has not shown up on map 1 or 2 here so far for VP.
And he's been one of their top performers throughout the entire tournament.
An absolute force. He's had his lowest fragging maps back-to-back in this series.
Okay, that is going to get a bit hot and heavy if they do throw that Molotov towards Nubox. Yakinda, they know where he is, or at least peppering him. The swing from Device is good enough to force the fight. The smoke does isolate, but Kicker's been caught. Zipex actually doubles up. It's on the reload. Buster can't punish. Now he can. And the chance to deny the plant. This is chaos. The smoke is such a favor for him.
Them.
Yeah, and Magis does push through to make space. Jame and Armored CZ, and a dream. Maybe if he found Dupree, there could have been a way in. Not anymore. Does have 12 bullets and 4 to find. It's a near impossible task.
It looked like he rolled his eyes there. He's still going to have a crack, though.
Yeah, USP makes it a little more manageable. Device doesn't need to release that crouch key, but he's hoping and praying he does. An Armor and a CZ seems like a better fate.
Yeah, not a bad thing to be carrying into round number 2 by any means, especially in a 4-on-1 retake on that B bomb site. But you can see where all that utility went. That Molotov was fantastic. It even netted Zipex the opening kill onto the site. And from there, diligent stuff. Astralis continued to spam the smokes. They weren't rushing it. They weren't just trying to get that bomb down. And this is a great start for them. Another pistol round, continuing to build. This is the problem for Jame. Now, I've obviously turned all the attention to him, but throughout this tournament so far, he's been putting in numbers. You know, I had a look. The least amount of kills he had until this point was 12, and he only had 4 deaths against Renegades, and that was in a 16-3 thrashing. So he didn't need to have a lot of kills in that game. The last 2 maps, his impact with the AWP, it hasn't been felt, and Inferno is a map where he's going to have a difficult time doing so, but Astralis have actually gone with a 5 SMG buy. Now, this isn't something you normally see. And
you don't normally see the hero FAMAS and armor around the Deagles. So this is a Sanji special.
Well, looks like a Boomage special, more like it, where oh boy, Yakinda's standing. He cops a nade. 73 damage done to him. A lot of utility to clear out these close corners here. And of course, Astralis. They're the ones who
Yakinda's locked in here. 2 MAC-10s are going to come jumping around the corner for him. He's going to have to be precise. He actually re-aggress on the flash.
Oh, flub nade.
Flub nade, pushing forward regardless and gets the space. That's something for Astralis, but still with a man down. Up mid. Smoked off. Jame, no info.
Oh, another.
Just filled the feed for a second.
How does he get away with that? There was so much utility on Astralis as well. They didn't need to go for peaks like that. And now it's just 3 players in Banana executing into Buster and Yakinda. Another smoke to delay them. They've got mollies.
And they're going to just bound in off the flash. Okay, Buster and Yakinda set up for success. Yakinda a 3rd. Go on, make it all. It's possible. Dupree swings in. He's got himself a fresh mag. And 1 more frag.
Playing with him.
Can't quite convert, but 4 from Yakinda. The legwork is on, and Dupree nearly turning things around with his P250. But that is a very productive scavenging mission. Everyone brings something new into their 3rd round. And VP, they turn the tables on Astralis.
That right there has to be a mistake from Astralis, not buying a single rifle going into round number 2. Sure, maybe they wanted to have a bucket load of utility, but you traditionally get at least 1 AK or a Galil or something. UMP, 4 MAC-10s. And Kinder just peels them apart like this. The range of the FAMAS versus these SMGs. Absolute destruction right there. And now it's just the pistol upgrade as Astralis forced by back in. Light utility, couple smokes, 3 in total. Oh, Device. He's not happy with that. Kinder immediately silenced.
The hand cannon. So potent. And so is this push. They're straight up. They are not taking no for an answer. That incendiary still ignored. Pays a bit of a blood price. Yeah. Kick it. Work it out for him now. They smoke him off. Oh, but they line up and 2. Nearly a 4th as well. Dupree just about weathers through. Zipex catches the first through the smoke. Chance now. They are low. But a 2-on-2. Jane wants to work around the smoke, but Zipex is cognizant of it. Up short as well. It's all about the timings. Buster's found one. Dupree.
James lost in the smoke.
He indicates exactly where he's coming from as well, but Buster holds the line. Neat, tidy, second for VP. Little chaos there. Zipex does well to catch the aggress, but they tidy things up.
Save the rifles as well, so we wanted to see what VP had in store for map number 3. And they're kicking this one off in style. Forced by win. They stand tall against the force by of Astralis, and this was huge from Kicker. Look at all those chickens running out of pit. Where the hell did they come from? 3 chickens. Nice little view of that one right there. Okay, and Astralis, they want to continue to pressure this. They're going back in with another buy. Dupree onto an AK, UMP for Glaive, couple of MAC-10s, Deagle again. They do not want to let go of this.
They are holding, jostling for control. Jame, he's taking a bit of an aggressive stance. He jumps straight across for that peak. There's a timer on this. Second mid-aggression, not going to be too quick from Dupree.
You would be expecting an eco here if you're VP.
Oh, but Yakinda, look at this. They've actually smoked for him. I wonder if Device has a little bit of a gap on that smoke. Sanji tested. Dupree down. Device added to the list. He actually transfers. Oh, Glaive caught through the smoke. And Astralis, this jockeying for control has not worked out in their favor at all. You've invested all your schmeckles again. And now just Zipex and Magisk with armor, pistols, and a MAC-10 trying to piece this 2 versus 4 together.
VP are walking through spawn right now. They know that this gap has been left on open, and they might just be clamping right down on it. Zipex and Magus, they're up against it right now. Completely locked in.
Yakinda, his death could be the mark of an awkward gap. Buster isolated on B. And now, with every passing second, paranoia as to where Magisk and Zipex are working. Utility dropped on A, 39. Sanji returns to report long quiet. 30 seconds, they can go either way.
Buster tells a smoke on the B bomb site here. If he drops that towards CT, it's perfect.
You're right, 25. Gosh, that could be enough to win the round just like that.
He's about to get smoked off. He could drop one of his own.
Hasn't opted for it. They'll go for banana. The timing's going to be interesting here.
Oh, he's going to push through the smoke. You genius.
It's perfect. They have no idea, but he hasn't hit the shots, and Magic's got a chance. Smoke has arrived, but so has Sam. He's missed his shots. Kick it in the 1v1.
He's in the smoke.
Magic doesn't contest. He gets another new lease of life, and with his nade pulled, that's the end of Kicker. Magic pulls it back for Astralis.
2 on 4.
What a turnaround. What a turnaround. They made every second count in that mid-round.
Buster made the perfect play. The absolute perfect play. Knew that they had to funnel into sight. Knew that they had to clear it. And he just flubs that shot. Oh, what a bailout.
Perfect timing on the re-peek out of the smoke as well. All right, well, that's going to get the comms a little louder. It's going to certainly silence VP.
Yeah, they won the tussle, didn't they? Down to the USPs and a Zeus. Chance to breathe right now, unless Yakinda does something mental with this D, where you can see, all right, there was a chance. Dupree has been sharp. Last round, we missed it. It was off action, but he took down Jane with that AWP quite easily. And look at this. Leaning Tower Pisa right here.
Might have a chance onto Device, or vice versa. There you have it, folks. B's open for business. Doing his due diligence, checks every possibility, every nook and cranny.
We have a couple of financial issues here, Alex. Only 1,900 coming into the bank balance next round for VP. Doesn't really... Okay, maybe a safe gun might help. Never mind. Jam gets dealt with, and Dupree is sharpening up here. 8 kills so far for Dupree. He wants this one. Now, this is what I was talking about. James just bought into an AWP, but Sanji has 3.7, Buster has 3.6, Kickit has 3.3. He has bought Kev, so he has a little bit of extra money to get a rifle.
Yeah, but this is going to be a tough one to overcome. Lots of absent helmets. I say lots. I should have corrected myself. Only Yakinda left vulnerable.
No kit.
2 Mag-10s for Astralis. So it's going to be very intriguing to see that first blood, especially for VP, is going to be worth its weight in gold. Finding that very first frag gives you an opportunity to stack. And a little probing mission into apartments from Astralis. They silently mantle in. That's a nice bonus of incorporating another player into it.
Oh, kick it almost caught on the
Yeah,
jiggle.
he's playing with fire here quite literally as he drops the incendiary. Backing up, they want it. And Dupree, though sharp, has been dulled. Banana info still being sought after. Clave up short, they're a house divided at this point.
Yeah, bomb is still left towards T-spawn as well, so plenty of time here for Astralis to change their tune.
Back to T-steps for bomb retrieval. CT's 3, postured, ready to hold. Jamin mini pit, what on earth, and what a find. Sanji's gone down.
They're pushing Banana, Alex.
They'll get the info, get the flank. It's down to these two on site. Kick it. Tucked in tight.
Have to delay.
A shot from Jame will delay, but he's been hunted down, and only one from Kickert. Astralis into the site. This is a chance, and Yakinda's found it, converted it. Jumps through the hoop. He's so low, though, and the bomb's loose. Far from an advantage, Astralis. Awkward as hell, as the bomb will be scooped up by Zipex. Device tucked into the pit, 12 HP, still vulnerable to that Yakinda. MP9, it's not going to be an easy shot to hit, though, as he elevates on that bike position, just as Beret visible. Buster with an element of surprise here. Zipex holding for that smoke push. And Device in pit continues to remind Buster of his location. There's one, knows where the second is, and he's so low. Time, he's got it. Buster just needs to find this frag. Device maneuvering around, and that's going to be the frag and the round. Buster, does he have the time? Just about across the line. Virtus.pro.
Didn't get the AWP either.
They'll steal it, but by a gnat's wing. It's far from a decisive victory. You can see how hard fought this was, back and forth. Device did everything in his power he could hit. He's using the steps to just stay out of his line of sight. Buster jukes him. Narrowly gets back to the bomb in time. Knife out and strafing. My lord. All right, back in, but still doesn't look all too tickety-boo for the CTs.
Looks rubbish, really. 3 Famus's utility, not great. No kit again. They just got through that one. James had the AWP in 2 rounds. Alex has 0 impact. Absolutely none so far. Just 1 kill to his name.
Kept honest.
They are neutralizing James something cruel here.
Oh, they've set him up for success here. He'll be playing anti-flash. Kicker can tuck in, should he lose vision. Yakinda, sacrificial spray.
Oh, he's through.
Okay, well, he gets info.
How did he kill James?
I have no idea how he ends up getting a frag out of that. Never mind the player boosted.
Oh, they're gambling back over towards B here, so very active.
Yeah, I think they're assuming that the stack's been rumbled. Assuming there may be a vulnerability identified. Smoke and mirrors all over the shop. Okay, re-smoking middle. They'll have to work hard for this control again. You can see Devices lining up for a flash, setting his teammates up for their advance. Kicker's actually playing close to it.
They look like they want to pop through this.
Okay, if he gets into boiler, it could be the perfect call. Oh, he just made a sound. They heard a weapon drop. They know someone's there, and oh, a re-smoke. Okay, so you've got 30 seconds after that fades. Sanji might want to think about going back to A. Kicker maybe waving the flag saying, come, I need the cavalry.
Glaive's selling this, right? He's keeping them honest. No info Banana, he's clearing this out. Jump peeking, sees nobody's home, so it's fine for them just to walk onto A right now, and Kicker's left the site. You can see right here, he's on the arch side. The bomb is going through apps. He needs to stop middle.
This has to be Astralis' round unless he gets both of them on the advance here. Here's them. Confirms it's A. If they plant default, there's a slight window he can jump through. Wild spray. Misses the mark. And with that, I think the round slips away.
That's twice that VP have had these rounds with these flanks that have been perfectly timed through the smokes and just enough to deny or grab a multi-kill or make Astralis' life a misery. And they flub those shots, so the pressure in those moments getting the better of VP here in Astralis. Well, they're going to continue to punish this CT side economy. It's going to be their 4th. They're going to keep 4 alive. This is a map that used to be a specialty of theirs, and now that it's in well, their map pool is in disarray. We don't even know where Astralis' strengths lie anymore. If they can pop out a strong performance here on Inferno, might restore some of their faith in this one moving forward. Remember, winner of this takes on Liquid tomorrow within the second semi-final. Magus throws the smoke, readjusts. It was Magus as well who turned around when Buster tried to push the smoke. So he's dealing with these, and these are pressure kills, right? So, gonna be kicking yourself for that one right there. Bomb goes off, 4th on the board. Money, the loss bonus is yet to stabilize for VP, right? It hasn't had a chance to build because of the back and forth nature that we've had so far, which means with the 1,400 loss bonus that they just received, there's not enough money to really justify a buy here, but they have 3 saved rifles. So the question is, well, do we buy and see if we can win with the rifles, or do we save and think about future rounds? Looks like that decision has been made.
All right, the latter. M4 on 2. Yakinda's known for his impact, and he's in a position to find it. How quick on the clicks is Glaive. Yakinda's quicker. Tested by Dupree, and they swing out together. Perfect frags in unison for him. Oh, and the boost over the smoke couldn't have worked out better. Device expecting it to be clear, though, may have a nasty awakening, as USPs do. Knock him down, and they charge into the open site.
Must have.
Yeah.
Must have called 2 right there.
There's at least a weapon for Jame. We'll be keeping hold of that. He came in with the USP.
Should we do some quick maths, or should we leave it?
I mean, if you're willing to do quick maths.
So it's 1,900 into the next. So with that in mind,
4, 5.
Kicker will have enough money to drop an AWP, but that means he's not going to be operating with very much whatsoever. So I'm not quite sure exactly where VP are going to land in the next round as far as the buy goes. I remember when they lost that game to Na'Vi just the other day, towards the tail end of the game, it felt like they were under pressure and making some really odd economical decisions. I don't want to fall into the trap this early on the CT side. That round right there is one of the ones where you could argue, do we force buy? Do we take the save? Well, we see what they've gone for, holding on to these 2 guns. But they haven't really given themselves a chance at a full gun round, right? They haven't had that going just yet. The round where Jame had the AWP and got picked off early, they had a couple of MP9s. Dupree is, as I mentioned, sharp, and some good kills to make right there, making sure there's no trade from Kickit. And he had that USP and Device off on his own little mission. Guess what? Kickit did drop him the AWP, Alex. So it's not just the Sanji train facilitating Jame. Look, I'm not trying to call him out. He's just had a great tournament, and he's not delivering right now. Jame needs to find impact with the AWP. They've facilitated this for him 3 times. He has yet to do anything of value with it. Cannot keep giving a guy a 4750 gun when the other players are the ones contributing. It's actually making them a bit more skimp on utility, more skimp on weapons. Yeah,
it's about time we had a round that reminds us of what Jame is capable of and what that name represents.
He's in a one and done spot again.
Oh, and Yakinda, that one should have been his, trying to steal it away. Jame does fill the feed. Okay, tested by Dupree. Back away now. Buster responsible for Banana, and we're all too aware of it. Kicker's taking some risks here, Chad.
Has to.
Oh, he's going to get such a boatload of info. Calls it clear that could be false. 3 of them are still advancing up middle, so big gaps in the defense at this point. Sanji will be responsible for long. Jame tucks into pit. Kicker's going around the
Missed
wild.
the timing on Device.
Completely. He's got a completely false picture in his head.
He could miss all of this. Right now, Banana is clear. Buster can see that. They have to know they're going up mid towards A. Like, Buster's calling Banana completely clear.
And he has knocked off the head of Zipex. So that will slow him down, or maybe spur them into the spray of Sanji. Jame burns. Big problems now. It's all onto Sanji. And caught before he could drop the defensive util. They are low. Certainly not out of the woods yet. And Device losing his head makes things even more awkward. A weapon. Glaive on default, Buster delays. He's got util as well. Flashes could set Kicker up for more. Oh, Glaive had to make it clean. Had to hit the shot just like that. Now they can double peek. And that is another for Astralis. They turn it back into their favor.
I think you bang on with that kill into pit. That is the most important kill of that entire round. Buster stuck over towards B, kick it off, walkabout, no man's land. Sure, he finds impact, but you're right, it spurred them forward. There's an AWP kill from Jame. He's in a one and done spot. I'm surprised he even survives right there. Molly burns away in pit. Kick it grabs another, but yeah, well played from Astralis here. 6-3. It will be an eco for VP. They really need to sort out their finances. Stop dropping these AWP. Give yourself some full rifles for everybody. It's been these gun rounds where it's like 3 rifles. Maybe there's an AWP who's one of those. Then there's Deagles, MP9s, nothing crazy potent. And now their loss bonus is starting to build. So next round, they get 2,900. We will finally see a full buy. James invested again in Kevlar, a nade, and a P250.
Oh, and then swallows a grenade. That is no fun. Doing their due diligence. The nades and spray is enough to ward off anyone that was considering trying to contest on sandbags. Is that all for show? Is that all for that banana presence that now can be left to the hands of Magisk? Yes, indeed. Oh, that's a frag.
Look at that.
And they'll push for info too.
Hand straight to the head from Vegas there. He doesn't know what happened.
Device has actually caught one on the mission. Buster pulls the AK back into the site. They want to punish this. And the util pulled out is perfect. Enables them to regroup, perhaps even rethink things. 45, Chad, what's the call?
Well, they know that there's 2 over towards B and there's a gun. So I'd be hightailing it to A right now, seeing what space you can take. And that's exactly what they're doing. 36 seconds straight up middle, couple of flashes and smokes to work with.
Double up. Okay, so if Kicker takes early contact, they may not expect a second player here. Yakinda, masterful bait. Has to just sit, stop the drop. And if Kicker can find one, no, he's been spotted. They may not expect him. And it enables a frag and the bomb delivered to Yakinda. They'll knock him off. It's a delayed plan, but poor old Buster's been dealt a pretty dud hand. And with an AK to his name, he'll look to scavenge and maintain.
Whew, tight one there. That's going to be the 7th. But any other player jumping into pit for Yakinda there would have been great. The player that jumped in was the AWP. It's like, what am I meant to do with this?
Yeah.
Well, they're running away with this one now, Astralis. And I think when VP get onto their T side, if they continue the slow play that we've seen across all the maps, Astralis handled Spirit, right? They held their utility super late, and as soon as you go for those late round pack executes, molly, smoke, nade, flash, they had all their utility. So VP, I feel that they need to make sure they can string at least 5 on this CT half. It's not looking great right now. And as I mentioned, they've only had maybe 1 round you could argue was a full gun round so far. 3 rounds in total. One of those came from Yakinda getting 4 kills with the 4-sport Famis.
True.
So if we're looking at teams who are winning, you know, by leaps and bounds, the scoreline tells the story, but Astralis are looking a lot cleaner in this. It's scrappy for VP to say the best.
Yeah, it certainly does seem like a more regimented squad. Turning up in this quarterfinals here, Astralis. I think a lot of people had a couple of question marks after seeing
16-1.
the 16-1. Not going to be seeing that record-breaking 16-0. They continue to fend that off.
Thank God for a timeout as well. It's their first, and they're already in a bit of a hole of it. May have been able to use this, get Dust on to contribute earlier, but that's behind us now. And they're working this buy out. Sanji has just bought the AWP for Jame again. Jame would have had enough money if he didn't buy Kevlar, a P250, and a bloody HE. What? Anyway, we won't get stuck into that right now. We'll save that for another day. We'll let the desk run.
We'll let Kasada Yanko rant and rave.
So Sanji has a choice. He goes, do I buy Kevlar and a flash, or do I buy a nade set? And there you go. So it's Kevlar and a flash. It's a tough decision to make. And once again, who would have thunk it? No defuse kit. Oh, make that one. Buster's got one. Never mind.
All right. Well, this is really going to be quite an indicative round here. CTs have been really struggling to stem the Astralis bleed. And they're throwing something new into the mix. Magisk, wow, ahead of the pack, and Yakinda quick to knock him down. There's a second jewel to be found, and Yakinda, oh, there's so many mollies. Where are you supposed to go? Nowhere is safe. 24 points of health as the double molly spread. But he gets away.
Yeah, and they have the opening. So how long can they hold on to this? That was 3 bodies dedicated towards the top banana. They get that kill, and now Jame has to clear back towards top mid. Sanji will be setting up a crossfire with Kick It, and Astralis, oh, they're coming back for some mid control. They have top banana, now they need top mid. Defree lining up. Bit of a deep smoke there. Pressure on arch side, indicative.
As he sees the library smoke, he decides to stick around. You'll have the chance. No util for the cross. Glaive causes a bit of a hubbub on short, but it is the long walk. Jiggled to perfection from Zipex. James does not stutter, though, on the repeat.
Chasing him.
And he's even plucked a second. Oh, it's systematic. More to be found, maybe. The jiggle, he knows where you are, and Jane will add a third. The most impact you've seen. Shuts down the Astralis mid to B.
He needs to get going now. He needs to be able to find these guys some opening picks or be a presence with the AWP just to scare Astralis into a couple of risky maneuvers. Device is going to do the best to hold on to his big green. Money is great over there. We had to drop a gun to make sure Dupree can buy. Loss bonus obviously just going to start settling in now.
Listening to the radio. Remembering all the rounds he won. Taking a quick look at this one, you can see the mollies arrive. So he's at 100 health at this point. Gets his first frag. I'm not going to see the util that came after him. But yeah, finding the first enabled him to do this lovely fallback AWPing, just textbook stuff. New angle for each of those engagements.
Yeah, really opening right up there against the jiggle, right? Especially in those kind of scenarios where the jiggles are so tight they don't want to actually peek. They're just showing a bit of arm. Really punished that right there, James, showing you how it should be done. And that's 4 AK-47s on the CT side. So if they're going to get that ball rolling, it's going to be now. Diffuse kits are plenty. I'm happy I can say that. A little bit de-stressed. Lots of utility down banana again. So deep smoke, a couple of mollies exchanged. Yakinda wants info and he's not going to be able to get it through that grey screen. No damage done either. And Astralis just waiting out this early barrage towards banana. Meanwhile, they'll take some control towards halls and boiler room. Still the 3-man B lean from VP as they push forward. Yakinda, risky business.
Hard duel against Glaive.
5 bullets.
Sticking around, and it's just enough. Jame arrives just as he needed to as well.
There's that impact.
Device wanted the trade. Catches bullets instead. Now up mid. Sanji passes his test, as does Kickit. Both of the setups convert for VP.
Now they've moved away from these janky buys. They're looking good. They got full sets of utility. Everyone has a big gun. Might be a clean one here from VP. Much needed as Vegas last man standing. He's had some good moments. This one would be great. Spotted now, alarm bells ringing. Everybody knows what's up. Space being taken, banana being collapsed on from behind in boiler.
3, 2, and they pass one another. Buster doesn't know. He reports back that there is absolutely nothing to be concerned about in middle. And so perhaps T Apartments is where Magis wants to make his home. 15 seconds left, just going to be keeping hold of all the goodies. He's got a full buy there.
Yeah, that's bang on. Doesn't have to reinvest in anything. So won't get the loss bonus, but it's only at the 1900. His teammates should be able to buy. He's even hanging around for a kill or two. Risky play here by Magus. Don't go down now. Oh, he even gets the AWP, you cheeky badger.
Oh, Yakinda was really lusting to stop that steal. That's quite the maneuver. Well played all round. It makes something out of nothing. Device gets a treat for the T side.
Yeah, that's the best out of a bad situation. Look at this.
Yeah, he even scopes up on him.
Okay. Well, magic trick there from Magus because round number 13 gets underway. This full buy from VP. How many more rounds can they post? 8-7 would be great. And Device, well, he spots one. Yakinda just hangs around.
He knows there's an AWP, he jump peeks logs. You are mad. He knows what Device is up to, seems to know his games and likes taking this space. It worked for him before. Took some incredible initiative and some early frag. Up mid.
Are they going to keep? Well, they're not going to clear. The AWP first.
Another fast blood for Yakinda's banana hold. Starting to add to the tally, and Sanji's dealt with another. Getting awkward for Astralis' 13. Banana control does seem to be the answer when they can't flirt with both of them. They can't tease that they're going one and pull the strings, pull the CTs. VP starting to look almost indomitable. AK's in majority of the CT's hands. In fact, yeah, 4 of them. That little bit of an evening of the odds in those individual duels, combined with the resources and the utility, and Yakinda.
Difficult to find an answer here, Astralis. This would be a big kill. Buster ready to swing and trade. Don't need the trade. Look how sharp Yakinda is. This kid is a monster. 15 kills so far.
And he's out of there. Knows he's low HP. Plays the percentages. Doesn't need to be taking first contact in no way, shape or form. Can bait in Buster if that's their plan. Does have the opportunity to do so. He's holding the cross to sight. So Buster doesn't have to do anything. CT held by James P250.
Oh, great nade.
Yeah, that's going to soften up Buster, but it's more from Yakinda. Finds a third out of that one, despite the low HP, and dupreeh just trying to force the kill. Forces them to murder him. 6 found for VP. The gap is closing.
Yeah, money's in the bin for the last 2 rounds here for Astralis. Next round, they're going to get the 2,900 loss bonus, so they will be able to buy, but this means they have to give up round number 14, and that's 7 for VP. They can go for a 4 spy, right? We could go pistols all in, B execute, maybe something quick and poppy over towards A. They could really punish this 3-man B lean from VP. Unfortunately for them, they don't have X-ray. They can't see just how prevalent it is and how long they stick around. It's going to be 4 Deagles, a HE for Zipex, and a P250 in the hands of Glaive. Let's see what they can make of this one. Game aggressive, jump peaks. We'll call out the Deagles off of that shot. Yakinda, an absolute menace towards Banana, playing around the bottom, and those smokes will do more of the same. And we'll just leave Buster here. Quick rotation back towards A, but there's no flashes for them to flash on in. It is honestly walk with these Deagles out and hope you find the heads.
And just hope there's a lovely path paved for you by CTs looking the other way. Not going to happen. Kick it, Sanji pit side. And he drops that smoke. It's a lovely little one-way for the balcony player, should he desire to cast his gaze towards this walk up. But he's got Sanji in support, and that nade looks destined for success.
Can't shoot the nade.
Don't give him ideas.
Oh,
hello.
Okay.
It's quite the first casualty. Yakinda going down, and a quick flick from Jame equalizes. They are heading back to Buster's domain, and he's been ready and waiting with that. The jump for info, and a little more nade damage as well thrown in for good measure.
So 3 players forced 2 rotations, and all there's space for dupreeh.
That was his chance. It was a small one, but Kicker was in transition, wide open, and a Deagle shot missed. Whistles past the ear. Back to A.
Sanji's pretty low.
Astralis are making this one certainly a whole lot more scary than it could have been. On the cross is Jame, holds it and converts it. Magisk running up long though. This is Sanji's angle. Kick it passive. 15. Oh, that's the shot Magisk was waiting for. One more to open up the site. Kick it denies. Can they stop the plant? Doesn't look like it. Kick Zipex would have to clutch up big in a 1v3, and Jame, Busto all regrouping. Nice elevated angle could force the fight, and he has found safe haven above the flames. Multiple targets, but jumping. The inaccuracy just wasn't there as he fell off the box. It will be our equalizer. 7-7. Inseparable in this half.
We're 7-3 at 1 point, 4 on the trot right now for VP to tie things back up, and they'll have confidence behind them. You have to consider how these last slew of rounds have gone. 5 survived, 5 survived, 5 survived, 3 survived, right? So they're making sure that these are cleaner rounds, and this is good stuff. It hasn't been as labored as what it was in the early stages, and it all could have happened a bit earlier if they just had saved for one of those full buy situations. But James finding impact now, 9 kills to his name. Yakinda continuing to do what he does best. Unbridled aggression.
Just trying to take Astralis' banana by force, aggressively punishing against all of their often quite caged util. And here he is again, flashing himself forward, and he nearly takes down Glaive. Significant damage from the nades as well. They've caught some serious flack. They've taken at least the start of the show, but at what cost?
If Jame pushes forward here and goes for some info, that might be the right play. They need to take a risk now that they've found themselves in a 4-on-5 situation. Device, half HP, Glaive, 27, so the walking wounded. Utility, not terrible for Astralis for something very, very late. Couple of smokes, couple of flashes, Molotovs to work with here as well. And look at this, the bomb all the way back through the apartments here. Very late, so they're wary of pushes.
You're not going to get any info on that bomb.
They've left the AWP over towards B. That means Jame could just stay scoped up, posted up, or go aggressive.
It's a lot of responsibility on James Orr. Enables kick it. Tuck in on short. dupreeh the first arrival, but he has the bomb. It won't surely be... This could be big, and he's ready for it, dupreeh.
That was
Stops
the
hunt. Bomb spotted Boiler, and they pivot to B. Utility thrown. Sanji running. It's not another fake. You got 20 seconds. You got to go.
Oh, this molly's great.
And there's a gap in the smoke. Jame punishes Sanji to push through. This is so good, but now it's even better. Jame needs more, much more. Tested, no scopes, Hail Mary plays, it's not enough. They can't contest the plant. Bust up arrives just a little too late. Dupree scavenges away James Zoombanger, and this should be the 8th, the final round. Boss is going to give it all he's got. Smoke to isolate, perhaps. Unannounced as of yet. As soon as he throws that util, he wants to almost find a frag before he does. Glaven Paul, the most likely candidate. And there you have it, Astralis. Pip him at the post. 8-7, third map, and one final spot at the IEM Katowice semi-finals.
My top country fragger right now, like if I watch out the tournament, we can notice that for VP, for example, Yakindar is having a hell of an impact. Usually you can see like a lot of Hopper have like a lot of opening success and creating space. You can see simple art, for example, standing out. But yeah, I will give a special shout out to Yakindar. I will still shout out on Amanek because every time we are actually executing and we did that to close the games against.
The mind games are so huge, but Nafani now in position with.
Just the sand, just the motion of your hand. Travel like land, just your height, man. Just the one, just a believer. I don't care. I see you loading up my mind. Place me on the side. Oh, fair enough, yeah. Always you and me, trying to be weightless. Like we're the two surviving pieces of something. Always you and me, trying to be weightless, yeah. And I know it feels like light years in the making. Up, 1,000 miles of luck, yeah. Don't look down, we made it. Feet far off the pavement, but we go up, 1,000 miles of luck. Oh no, we stay understated. Pressure feels amazing. Just the dust, just the sand, just the motion of your hand. Just the dust, just the sand, yeah. Travel like travel lands. Just the dust, yeah. Just the sand. Yeah, it's a la la da da.
A single half separating us from locking in our semi-finals for IEM Katowice. It is the quarters of VP and Astralis. And again, practically inseparable. 8-7 on the half and a roller coaster of emotions for Dupree, clearly. Trying to push Astralis, get every inch out of them, as this is truly a game of the smallest margins. We do have a T-side pistol for VP. Astralis have had a great conversion rate of their pistols so far, Chad, and this one couldn't have any more weight attached to it. Get the momentum to start off the final half of your quarterfinal bout.
Oh, this is aggression. Glaive straight down middle here. He's got a pack behind him. They're walking. They're not even charging this. And
who's
this might
looking?
catch Buster off guard.
Buster's gonna call there's something afoot, something fishy afoot. They tuck in on Banana, now re-peeking. Buster has managed to punish. They've locked them in. They won't be able to cross while he's there on T-steps. I say that. dupreeh pushes for the info. He wants to fight. He wants to force the issue. Buster with one more bullet in the 50. Can't finish his meal. And they want to contest it. They got a flash. They cock a flash. This could be the double. The double D's advancing. Off the pop. Surely a punish. Tucked in, fresh clip found, they're low, and Device puts James 6 feet lower. Advancing, 3-on-3, chaos in the ranks. Kickit kicks one down, Zipex into the site, this back and forth, now the fight, it changes once again. Kickit takes off ahead, and Kickit takes one more. 4 in the pistol round, puts VP on a level playing field. Straight into this final half.
All right, are we going back into the Force by Wars the first half, for Astralis here going to concede? Bit more difficult to pull this off on that CT side time and time again, but they're dipping in. The Deagles have been purchased.
Yeah, great work. Buster needed the first 100% to enable these Banana players to re-aggress upon establishing control of the site. Lovely little pop flash maneuver as well. Deagles and armor. See how far it gets them.
Oh, they've heard that. They know what they're up against now. A little bit of utility as well. Nades being chunked on down Banana. Nobody home to receive those. More nade damage being thrown out. Still nothing to report. And contact with the bomb being taken. Halls now.
Oh, that's such a tight line. Crosshair placement has to be bang on. He changes his angle of approach, and now he can just hit crouch and click twice. Smoke grenade. Device can deploy, whether it's short or apps. He's looking towards the latter. Buster will be flashing them out chimney. And there, the crossfire. Both of them connect with the Deagles. VP lose 2 on the way in. Sweaty palms now. Supposed to be yours. Supposed to be. MP5 delivered. dupreeh and Device send them packing.
How do you get out of this? You've only got 1 smoke left. No territory to work with here, VP.
It only gets more awkward. James through the smoke. Whoa. With only a Deagle, I don't fancy his chances.
He has found a huge gap though, right? The mid to B here, they can still collapse on these 2 B players. Tucked into the back of the site now.
But they're re-aggressing mid, Chad. They're looking for that info.
Perfect.
It's so good.
No one's looking.
Glaive knows exactly what you're up to. Buster turns on a dime. And they won't be re-peeking that. 18. What do you do? What's the call?
To A.
James coming back behind Glaive. And he's already putting pressure onto the site. This is madness. 10 seconds, the bomb's in mid. They're not going for it.
We've lost Kickit here. Yeah, he's been static like a statue, so Kickit's out.
Oh, that is a horrible twist of fate. What a weird round to shape up, but they lose Kickit, you're right.
All right, we will have a tech here, ladies and gentlemen, so give us a minute. We'll try and get this one sorted as quickly as possible, but they were locked out straight away, right? You're bang on both Deagles from both players connecting. The smoke, they knew what they were ready to deal with. As soon as that pounce came through, as soon as any sound cue was made, they locked them out. I think if we're going to paint the picture here, and maybe we need to wait in these technical timeouts. But the Force by War is continuing here within this second half. So just a quick little restart being called. Hopefully we'll be back with you any moment now. But that's daylight robbery right there from Astralis. These teams have stolen each other's second rounds away from them in this map.
Always a threat, Chad. I mean, we've been saying it throughout the group stage. Coming into playoffs, for some reason, I believed it was less likely. Making it look easy was Device and dupreeh, though. 2 players advancing through that balcony. They both just take the necessary frag. VP have the win taken straight out of their sails.
Stressful one here, of course. 9-8. Very, very close scenes. And look, if we're just going to take a quick little look, obviously we don't have Kickit in the server to give you the scores on the doors right now, but dupreeh's leading the way on 15, 11 for Device. We've got 9 for Glaive, 8 for Magisk, and Zipex down the bottom there on 7. And for the other side of things, we know that Kickit had that impact on pistol. When he gets back in, we'll give you his frags. But 16 for Yakinder, 11 for Jame, 9 for Buster, and 3 for Sanji.
This would be the lowest place we've seen Astralis finish in Katowice in some time. Chad was talking about the trend. Virtus.pro can buck the trend in this half. Losing that pistol, though, certainly does sour the mood in their return. And of Kickit's return, looks like he is back in the server. So as we look through the luscious grapevines surrounding the A site of Inferno, it looks like we might be ready to get this one back underway. Readies are typed. I hope you guys at home are ready. Are you hydrated? Are you supplied with all the snacks you need to fully enjoy this Counter-Strike treat? Quarterfinals, final half, Astralis back in the driving seat. And I say that with bated breath. There are AKs in Galil's foot.
Yeah, so I think that Kickit managed to take an AK through with him until the next round.
Right.
And Buster had that Galil, right? So they purchased on in a couple of deagles. They've dropped the guns across to make this one work. Yakinda, very late out of spawn, has just purchased. But if VP can see this, we will be likely seeing an eco round. So important round here for James. We wanted more impact.
Yeah, but he's taking some serious initiative. He wants to hold this. Reveals the AK-47 aggressive mid. Astralis pivot into a defensive stance, but they're up. Hoping to see utility drawn out of the CTs, and they do. Relatively early, in fact.
Good damage exchange.
They are very light on util, so that's somewhat of an achievement. Pulling out a smoke of the CTs early. Step one of many.
And now they go back for banana control. Glaive just dealing towards the top. He does have support in Zipex, who has a flash primed and ready to go. No info right now for Astralis.
Oh, that's such a good shot. He's done it before, and he does it again. A second chance as well. Device misses his. Yakinda's opened up long and opened up a bit of a pivot from VP. Device and Magisk on site. And
Hit smoke.
Yeah, he's going to be able to wrap around. Oh, the molly, it's so perfect. Magisk has to be channeled into the side.
Oh,
Yakinda's done another straight away. Fills the feed, and there's still 5 hearts beating for
back
VP.
to B.
Come on now. They've got the time. Yakinda's got all the frags.
Go.
He's doing it all. He knows where they are. They're pinned, locked in with him.
Oh,
for
come
Yakinda.
on.
Give the man his 21st. Magisk denies, but the round is his, and it is exclusively his. Virtus.pro, the rest of his team just there for the ride.
This kid's had 2 rounds he's single-handedly won in this game. Second round of the game and this one right here. Just stepping up in massive form. And they want this. And they're going to, almost get it. Vegas down to 33 HP. Alex, that pick that we saw from Yakinda, he did the same thing as NIP just the other day. Walked up, killed Rez, continued through. Same thing. He's gone out, rinse and repeat. The same maneuver. And he's pulled it off again. And he's brought this level once more, 9-9.
He's, you know, he talked in the interview, he said, I mean, it was not a direct translation. He used the word like ego.
Yeah.
But I think he was just referring to his confidence in his own ability. And you can see the confidence in his own ability in rounds like that. Like, there is not a single moment where his crosshair is not primed and ready for destruction. 4 kills for Yakinda. That is colossal. And he's pulled it in for Astralis. Look at him. Anyone else?
All right, well.
Step into the ring with me.
Astralis don't want to give an inch, mate. They have 4 sport again. Device has already found a tag with that scout onto Buster. 4 players over towards Banana early from VP.
Dude, there's no way they're going to walk into this one willy-nilly, are they?
But this is the thing, right? You don't want to go A versus that scout. He can play library side.
And Glaive's already found an opener. I can feel it in my waters, Chad.
We've even got this boost back aside.
Boost. Yakinda likely even spotted. I wonder if he'll be able to get out. Dupree has yet to reveal himself. Off the back of the flash, he can just intermittently
that molly's
check.
great.
It's great. Forces them out. Zipex tucks in. So much damage, though. All over. Astralis have taken their fair share as well.
Look at the
So
gap. Look at the
committed to
space.
B. Smokes don't last forever.
He's leveled it. They can
Has
drop
managed
back.
to pull it back. Re-smoking CT, standing his ground, pulls another one out of them. Oh, the crosshair. He's onto Dupree. He forces him down to 5 HP.
He's doing it alone.
He is single-handedly convincing the Astralis members. He's on his way towards B, but as I say that, James does get caught. Device wanted info and finds more than that. They're so low. Device needs more, and she knocks his head off.
They're going to get an A as well. They've done it. They held these players at B the entire time, just threatening consistently. Are they going to go for this?
Now you're smoked off. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but I don't know if it's worth it.
Feels like they're already ducking out. See what guns you can pick up. You call it's a bit of an issue for VP in multiple areas of the map. Try and save some of these guns. They're going to get a FAMAS at best. But they force ball into this. Astralis don't want to give up on these force buy situations, right? This is normally the team that we're talking about playing the percentages, making sure they have all the utility, making sure they have all the nades. Right now, they've lost the force buy wars within this second half. I suppose the saved guns they have right now means they get to dip on in again, but if they lose one of these and get obliterated, that's a chance for VP to start stringing rounds together. And this kid is going bloody Super Saiyan right now.
He really is.
Doing it on his own.
I mean, they overcome a lot. Like, just to kind of highlight how screwed this was, you can see these opening picks of this round both going Astralis' way. James falling, Yakinda with some opening work, and then that was the frag that sealed the deal. A was open for business upon the loss of Clave. Okay, 10 now for Virtus.pro. They've found the double digits, Astralis trailing by 1. Yakinda selling that B damage in the previous, and as you highlighted, a single preserved FAMAS. It's really not going to be bells and whistles for Astralis.
Yeah, 3 deagles, so they can hit a couple of bangers here, but they're going aggressive, make it straight down mid.
Yeah, he's
been spotted.
He'd have to hit the spray, and he does so well onto the first. It's a minor casualty though, and it's not like that FAMAS is easy to retrieve, so chances dwindle. VP just set up a tight perimeter for any CT aggressions. Sanji would be playing with fire if he wants to walk into those apartments though. And it does look like he fancies his chances. So Device and Dupree. Make it just Dupree. Oh, holding fast. Nice shot. 2 corpses now.
Dupree's jumping up, he's heard it.
Yeah, that's something for Yakinda, and needed a clean one. Not today, Dupree. Not with that dastardly deagle. There is one more in play in Glave's hands.
This is looking great for the 11th here. Look at all the nades left over for VP as well, and now they just hit pause. No sound cues, nothing across the map here. Let Astralis continue to push, see if they can find these gaps. Now they're regrouping back over towards B, and unfortunately for Zipex, he's only got that silence USP. He's about to have a barrage of nades coming into this site here. VP on for their 11th, stretching their legs a bit. Glave's on the chase. He might get there in time to kill one.
And he's picked up a FAMAS, make it an 8K. So, goes for the pot shot and doesn't convert it. This could leave Yakinda a little in jeopardy, but Glaive, yeah, instead of finding that frag and finding the round, he has witnessed the site fall under VP control.
I wonder if he goes for more damage here. He may as well try and hamper this economy a little bit more, or even give the round a crack. And
I think Jane might have heard it.
That was very curious, wasn't it? Now, it is just Glaive. It has a smoke. Kevlar, AK-47. Damage is great.
If he gets...
He has to go now.
Tucked in, he can smoke it off. Running out of time. Yeah, just hoping to find a bit more damage on that way out. Doesn't look like James going to have to pay too much of a price as he silently slinks back towards Banana.
All right, not getting anything for his efforts here. Glaive saves the AK, so at least they'll have a little bit of extra money going into future rounds. 11-9. Still difficult to call at this stage. Astralis are finally going to be getting their funds in order here. Device onto the AWP. Rifles being dropped across. Everything's worked on out. Tech timeout has been called, so give us a moment again, ladies and gents. You can all see the bio on your screen at home. That's going to quickly disappear while we just wait for one of the members to rejoin.
You went for Astralis, yeah? What was the percentage on it?
Yeah, I did go for Astralis. I think I went 90%.
Oh, so
I didn't expect Yakinda to be doing this. I didn't expect him to just be popping off continuously.
Is that representative of how likely you felt it was a VP win?
I thought what was going to happen when we get to the playoff stages, teams like Na'Vi and Astralis, the 2 biggest names that we still have in this tournament, show up, right? They show up and they go, this is our turf, this is our terrain. You can't get away with all those little bits and pieces you've been doing throughout the rest of the tournament. We will silence you. Na'Vi stumbled against a domestic opponent, one of which wasn't on anybody's radar before this tournament, and the other right now is Astralis under the pump by VP. And you have to think about one of the factors with Spirit, you've got Gambit in the mix, and VP. In the last 12 months, all 3 of these teams have made a roster change, and all 3 of these teams have been grinding, and they are on the climb right now.
And so it begins. Everyone's got everything they desire. Bit light on the kits, but other than that, fair's fair. Flash for the reaggress. Clay's not there for the walk up, so the spray from Buster is indicative that they've lost it.
They're going straight for a B execute. This is going to be real quick. Are they going to commit to this if smokes and mollies drop?
We've seen them throw double incendiaries before. One's out. Oh, Kickert's already opened up the account, and they're in. Into the B. What an explosion of players. Buster catching Zipex through the smoke. He can call it clear, and they might have to. Yeah, they're so detached. There's a change of pace for you, Chad, just like that.
That was so quick. They got Banana control for free. They weren't under any pressure whatsoever. Yanko once said to me, if you get Banana that early for free, just execute B. It's a 2-on-5 situation, and they're going to keep all 5 alive unless Yakinda wants to think about this hunt. He's already starting to push towards spawn. Doesn't get the better of Dupree, who's doing his absolute best. 17 kills for him now. Wants to hang around and look for a couple more. They've cleared out construction. They know nobody's hiding around to go for a bit of a goblin defuse here. Bank is being built now for VP. This will be their 4th in a row, taking them up to 12. Well, they're almost in touching distance now. We are getting close. Astralis hold that AWP for Device. Dupree and Magus onto their M4s. We'll be able to drop some guns across to make this one work. Dupree can drop one. Zipex could buy himself, or he could get dropped a Famus from Magus. A simple round like that, and yeah, the change of pace. One of the notes there was they were bounding these flashes off of the roof there that were landing deep into the site for people playing close oranges, maybe people on the boost right there. And it worked perfectly. The entry frag was before the CTs could even react. So another crack at it. The saved guns are for a reason.
Flash is perfect to catch Zipex, and he does go down on his early spray. VP, not only at 12, but now with an opening frag. This is scary stuff. Device steps into James' line, and he loses his life. 2 early frags. Astralis
more aggression here.
Need to find a way back in. Buster's tucked in.
He's heard this.
He knows there's someone close, and Glaive wasn't ready. Oh, perfection. VP, clean as can be, put 13 on the board. Astralis starting to hear the beeps of that life support machine. 3.5 on the low end in their finances.
Yeah, max loss bonus has been hit for Astralis, and the 4 spies that they had earlier, because they weren't able to come out on top of that, they found themselves in a similar position as what VP did in the first half, but they were able to bounce back. They were able to be a little bit more consistent with their saves. Obliterated here, Astralis, and they're going to be taking their first time out of the map. Lots to talk through, because as you're right, the money, it's not fantastic. Device can buy. Oh, gonna have a little bit of a drama again. Just give us 1 second, another tech will be called.
Yeah,
sorry about the stop and start nature of this one, everyone.
Losing their coach. Should be back in shortly, and we are ready to go.
This feels like good elevator music.
I find it very soothing. Kind of puts me in this Zen mindset. And we are back in business. Hope you're all having a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like VP are. Astralis swallowing a bitter pill for some. So you've managed to pull off that quick B execute.
They bought Alex.
They got it for free. Yes, they did, Chad.
All right, well, it's 2 Mag 7s, 2 M4s, and that AWP. This is chips shoved into the middle of the table right here from Astralis. If they do not win right here, it's only max loss bonus going forward, and VP need to start hunting.
Just more for the CIS history books of Katowice 2021. Astralis's lowest finish in Katowice. Or will we see Mag 7s and AWPs change the dialogue? Early smokes, try and force out what little utility may remain. They'll have to surely respect it. Down goes the responsive smoke.
And they know where the AWP was. Device after that shot quickly relocates over towards A.
Smart.
He needs to back this Mag 7 up close on short, and Magus towards pit with the silence down for that.
He's gonna make it to sight, dude. He's there just in time. Does it matter? Seems to. Device and Dupree, all combined with a couple. 3-on-3. Now the Mag 7 does definitely seem set for more. He can play around that smoke. He's burning just a little bit, trying to play with the sound cues. Glaive finds another. James hunting. Library a problem. They do knock him off the site. This could not get closer. In for the plant. Nade for Kickert. I think he'll survive. Oh, he actually dunks him, but the bomb does go down. James a clutch. They're both advancing. He has the worst weapon for the job. Cautious of short. If they get to graveyard, he's going to have some real issues. The elevated angle to deal with. He's still paranoid about boiler. And that should spell trouble. He found the first. Jumping. Oh, he even gets the scope to his eye in time. Not far off. Glaive with a crucial save. And the frags, it's 3 from him. The nade onto Kickert on the plant spot as well.
They are just holding on right now. One player survives. Their finances are in ruins. Astralis are destitute at this point right now, and they need to continue with rounds like this. Device getting there just in time. dupreeh running back up short. You could confuse him for a T right there. The fact he gets out of dodge, he delays. That nade was only a second too late. Almost for James as well. Down to the finest details.
If he denied the plan as well, it would have been even worse for James to try and overcome it. Did bring it down to the 1v1 though, and as you highlighted, that does mean trouble for some of the CT equipment. But VP no closer. Advancing early towards Banana. Strong molly, and the fact that they throw it on the half wall does obscure the often seen CT flick on that half wall jump.
Looks like they're setting up for something relatively quick towards A right now. Unless they're just waiting for this deep banana smoke. Yeah, that seems to be the play. More utility being lumped on out now. VP might want to just slow things down. Don't let the moment get the better of them. Still 3 rounds to go here. They've relied on Yakinda with some really big plays throughout. Smash through the board's not going to quite touch Megas there. Tucked on in.
Okay. Device often doesn't miss these. Util likely to come, and he does manage to connect through the half wall. Damage inflicted. And that's all.
Very quiet
Passive
stuff,
hold. dupreeh with the off angle to support Magisk if they do advance. Yakinda up short, the flash good, but Sanji holds his nerve and spray. Oh, and with the pin pulled, dupreeh caught out. It's on to Zipex. He's been quiet so far here on Inferno, dropping the util.
Has to live.
Buying time. Survival integral. 3 members out the balcony. He looks to punish the swing. Glaive arrives, but so does Buster. Now with the smoke and the bomb going down, Astralis, they're heading away. Saving for a rainy day. 14 found for VP. One step closer to the semis, Chad.
This is the thing they should start chasing right now. VP should put the hunt on. They've got a lot of money left residual. If they can start clamping this down, and it looks like they're getting a move on to do so. 2 players towards bottom of the banana.
Yeah, I don't know if Glaive's going to hold on to this. Multiple targets. It's so clean on to Kickert for survival, for maintaining the M4. Buster is heading to spawn. And there seems more containment than anything else.
They've got money for this. They could really go for a hunt right now.
Could be moving a little quicker, but you can see when you're so close to the glory, I don't blame them for not being a little more hesitant.
Money again for Astralis here. If we just want to take a quick look at the finances, they should be able to make another buy round work, but they're running out of chances. It's not guns that are the issue, it's rounds, right? And a second timeout will be called for Astralis in a few. Well, dupreeh, he's definitely changed his mood after that first half. He was getting fired up, but things are looking very, very bleak now. Glaive can drop a gun. Yeah, Glaive can drop a gun. Zipex can buy. dupreeh's gone into a mag 7 again. I feel like there's much better weapons for the job.
It certainly limits your options, doesn't it? And it's not like VP are the ones taking any gambles. Crossing their T's, dotting their I's. There's a V and an R and a U and an S in there somewhere as well.
Okay, so this has worked out weird. They've actually dropped an MP9 over towards Zipex, who's then invested in full utility. He has money left over. Maybe that's to drop an AWP for Device if they do lose this round. To talk about saving your pennies for a rainy day, Astralis need to put up a fight right here, right now. They have to put a stop to this. Only 2 rounds here in their second half. This is Inferno. This used to be their stomping ground.
Many moons ago, the Spodek echoed with chants of Virtus.pro. Once again, with different names, they look to write that name upon those semi-final spots. 2 rounds. Mag 7s, MP9s, Astralis up against it all. Against all odds. Looking to regain some control. And it will all come through chances like this. Glaive set up on half wall, Device to fire the shot, pull the trigger.
Zipex has a flash ready for this as well, so it's a real trap set towards top banana. There it goes.
And Kicker eats it, but he still hits the shot.
2 rounds in a row, they've gotten away with that. Two
Astralis.
flash kills in a row for VP.
Mid-round aggression has led to casualties twice now. Flashed in, no less. And a 2-2 split. They're trying to change that. Stranglehold of denying this mid-info.
Gambling A. They've just smoked top banana, rotating all their forces from Astralis over towards this A site. And look exactly what's happening. VP back down mid, straight into banana. Astralis are going to have absolutely no say in this, and they're left with an MP9 and a Mag 7.
Kickit immediately springs to life with his low HP and smoke. He'll be trying to sell this even further. Throws more util, make sure the steps are heard. Astralis are gambling all into what will likely just end up being a single frag for Device. He knows it's possible. The smokes will land. What could you possibly do? He'd have to hit a smoke shot just to buy time. He's actually got to construction. He's not willing to give this one up, Chad.
Everybody from Astralis is coming on over here. They're giving this a crack. 9 seconds. Bomb has to go down. 7 seconds. Buster has to plant now.
Plant!
He didn't play. Is there time?
Oh, no.
Is there time?
Oh, no!
Oh, my God.
Goes down in time. My lord, I thought he had the delay.
Oh,
when you click when you're not in the area, you have a slight delay.
My heart stopped.
It read 4. It read 4. It's 4.5. Oh, it hung in the balance of that.
I don't think he knew he had the bomb.
My God. Okay. Virtus.pro have secured 15, and there could be more to come. More punishment. Yakinda's on the hunt, and he does have a chance onto Magisk. James as well with the AWP, missing his shots, holding on to their weapons for dear life. They can send everyone at him. Sanji hunting, James on long. Buster for good measure.
Oh!
You take Zipex's head. One more to completely deny it all. Magisk is tucked in, and just in time, Sanji's there. He holds on. Holds on to what little he has. Again with the flashbang, though. Crosshair placement, too damn good.
Sanji did the same thing in apartments in the previous round.
So close. Look at the clock.
Oh.
Dupree had a Mag 7 as well. Not sure if that's the perfect weapon to catch that slightly extended range of the plant. Bodyguarded nicely. All right. 5 chances for Virtus.pro to send Astralis out and to lock in that semi-final bout versus Team Liquid. Rising through the ranks upon these new roster changes. CIS region. Chocker block full of talent. Yakinda closing in on 30 in this third map decider. Up mid.
Full control. Those mollies clear out trash and close under the porch. Yakinda can just continue to be slippery.
His specialty is long. A new smoke, though, may slow him down. He's ahead of it. And Dupree caught out completely. More to come. Long. The wrap is brutal. Magisk still in pit and a threat. And Zipex, if he catches the timing. Oh, he catches him slipping. Big frags. Sanji keeps it slightly competitive. The spray's not there. Just James. And a very loud glaive for the first. Maybe a second. Getting awkward now.
The bomb.
He can finish it all. What was a 1v3. Now his time in the spotlight. Device up against it. Only the FAMAS. He's got the smoke for the side, and a bomb should be planted completely uncontested.
Bomb has been planted.
Device to save Astralis, or James to lock it in for VP. 1v3. He's walking in, and Device has saved them. He'll take the AWP, but he'll take that. First test passed, but by a gnat's wing.
Again, another close one. Astralis are just holding on by these thinnest of margins. Even, oh my God.
He needed that duel early as well. Did not have the kit for any funny business. Zipex saves the day with this double.
That's only his 10th kill as well, Zipex. So impact late, but it's being felt.
Boom.
James had the perfect play, didn't he? Straight through mid to B, even dropped the smoke in the right place.
Oh, second guessing that crosshair. Quick.
Oh,
Second
not
life.
super fired up, is he? Just knowing what they're under right now. Guns are dropped again. They're able to make this one work.
Martin Ferreira is completely removed. Every mistake you make could be the one that got you knocked out in the quarterfinals. Up mid.
Taking a lot of liberties now,
Got
VP.
A lot of space early without too much util.
Yeah, and the nades are being held onto by Astralis, so they're actually going to wait for late round scenarios before dunking down these smokes and molotovs.
Yeah, and Glaive's happy to just let that first smoke come in. He hasn't thrown out his. 4 gathered B.
Still no utility. You have to punish this.
Surely they execute. This is just walk in. All right, I guess. One Coffins, one Nubox side. They piece it together. Flashes are great from Zipex.
Still.
Rotates in from Dupree. And VP, they find the first. Has to be Glaive.
They're going in.
Onto second Orange. They're looking for him. A full unload of the FAMAS. And Yakinda's found him.
A still hasn't rotated.
Glaive gone and Device and Mage is so disconnected. What are they to do? VP, this slow stranglehold of the site. They've walked in. They've done enough. Dupree out. Device has found something. Maybe this monster with the AWP can find another and make it slightly more realistic. Sanji is tucked in. A man possessed, though he'd have to do it all, and he has adjusted into Sanji. 3 more. Virtus.pro have it. Just have to pull across the line. 1 more will do. 1 frag. And he's running out of time as well. Doesn't hit it. Virtus.pro, baby. They've done it. They're into the semi-finals, and they send Astralis home. All the big names knocked down on their way. IEM Katowice 2021 has got a very different flavor. First Vitality, Furia, even Astralis can't touch them.
Yeah, they done told me to be myself. So when I went and found myself, the ones who told me back then, be true to who I am, ain't think we was really gonna win. Now they watching us from the sidelines while we trying to victories like we in high tides. I'm getting my prize, only thing my eyes is locked in on. Have a milli mine. I want it right now, don't waste my time. Family in a penthouse with a view sky high. Blood, sweat, and tears bring water to my eyes. Cause the whole gang winning, I done gave my life. I know, but we did it angry. And we always moving, never on the same thing. Now our lives are highlight reel. We like the thrill, this life's ideal. The hype is real.